Great Tastes of Manitoba, best off the bone with Manitoba pork. Ben Rush, we're going to find out what you've done beverage pairings-wise. It's going to be interesting. It's all about the meat today. And Susan Reese, why don't you go over what our recipes were today, because we had some interesting things.
We did. We started off with some 5-spice pork riblets, great appetizer, lots of great flavors from the Chinese 5-spice, some licorice, then the nice tangy sweet and sour glaze that we paired with that. We then moved on to our grilled margarita chops, some heat in those chops from all the different chili powders and things like that in there, but also paired nicely with the citrus and the tequila that was in those chops. Great Mexican inspired recipe. And we finished off with our maple glazed rack of Manitoba pork. Again, just a tremendous showstopper centerpiece for any kind of elegant, entertaining, nice garlic, thyme flavors in there with the maple syrup and the mustard.
The recipes for this show and the complete series of Great Tastes are available on the GreatTastesMB.ca website. And one recipe from today's show will be in the classified section of the Winnipeg Free Press.
So Ben, we had roast, we had chops, we had riblets, and I see a whole lot of suds here. So does this mean that pork equals beer, or what does this mean?
It means that Ben was in a beer mood. Like,
Okay.
like just smelling this room when I was out getting the stuff to pair with the foods, I couldn't believe how good it smelled. I think everybody, I had to fight off crew to get close and get a good smell.
The chops, your eyes kind of crossed for a second.
Oh,
there.
totally. Yeah,
they did. Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun with this. Like I went to a beer route. I wanted to keep it kind of simple. Usually with food pairings, you want there's the 3 C's. You got cutting, complementing, and there's the third C, and we'll leave that for a second. So cutting and complementing, and then you can contrast. I'll just let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. So the first one with the 5-spice pork riblets, I paired it with Heineken, because you had the starry anise, the cloves, the pepper, and the fennel happening in there. So I didn't want to get in the way with a wine or something that had a huge amount of complex flavors. I wanted to keep it simple. And Heineken is one of these beers. It is the template of really good continental lagers. Like, it's been around forever. It's insanely popular, and it's for good reason. They come across their reputation honestly because they've been around for so long. Great stuff. For the grilled margarita chops, well, I was thinking Mexican inspired. Let's go with Mexican. Let's go with Dos Equis. So I was thinking, I don't always do grilled chops, but when I do.
I was wondering how you're going to work that in there.
Well, but I wanted to have a little fun with this. And Dos Equis works really, really well with the grilled chops because there is that bit of heat, that bit of citrus, and it just, the perfect beer, I thought, to go with that recipe. And again, like, I wish the viewers could be able to smell that, the smells that were coming out of here. Lastly, for the maple glazed rack of maple pork, the Manitoba pork, what I wanted to do was match it with the Granville Island Maple Shack Cream Ale. So here we're doing a complement, right? We've got 2 similar flavors working really, really nice together. You got a craft brewed beer and these really wonderful showpiece kind of things going on, and with the maple flavors and everything. It just worked out so well. It was a natural for me. It was almost a complete a gimme, that one.
We've got our pork, we've got our suds. Life is good. Thank you both very much for being here. It was loads of fun. Make sure you join us next week. We're going to do heart healthy barbecue with Manitoba canola growers right here on Great Tastes of Manitoba.
Great Tastes of Manitoba is presented by Manitoba Liquor Mart. Great Tastes is brought to you by GreatTastesMB.ca. Local farms, local foods. Great Taste is sponsored by Manitoba Agriculture, Food and Rural Development. Great Tastes is produced in cooperation with participating Manitoba Commodities and Manitoba Agriculture, Food and Rural Development. Promotional consideration is provided by the Winnipeg Free Press. We're there for you. Great Tastes is produced by Frank Digital.